The night before our full-time travel adventure, we spent some time with family, just cooking outdoors over a fire pit. We made s'mores and hot dogs and visited for as long as we could with some family. And then we got a good night's rest so that we could hit it early in the morning and get on the road. We're the Essary family, and we're exploring America, one destination at a time. It's moving day, which means everything that was on the dresser has to be moved down to the floor so it's not falling over while we travel. All of our sliding doors, the closets, and our bedroom door all has to be secured into these little latches right here. They latch on. Well, if I can get it like that. So for the next 30 minutes or so, that's what we're going to be doing, is just getting everything into its place. The guys are ahead of us, and we're following them in Justin's vehicle, and they're in the truck pulling the fifth wheel. We have about a 4-hour drive. We're not staying too far away this first time, but we're really excited. It's somewhere new. So stay tuned, you guys. Let's see what a travel day looks like for us. It is our first time.
So here we are, first day, day number 1 of TravelEssary adventures. We're finally off and running. We have left home base for a good time, and we'll be back eventually at some point in time. But it's definitely something that, for now, for all of us, seems surreal. I mean, this is definitely happening. We are off and running, so we're super excited. This is Darth Hall and the Rebel Voyager's first trip on an adventure to an RV park. We already taken them camping, but this is the first one to an RV park where we're going to be staying an extended period. Really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
My GPS is dying. I forgot to plug it in. So much stuff going on this first day.
Yeah. We did manage to leave the time we wanted to leave at, which was 9.
Yeah, which was actually pretty impressive.
Yeah.
Anyone who tries to get an RV hooked up and getting ready to go, and all the stuff you gotta take down in the kitchen, and you gotta move things, and you gotta pack things, and make sure everything's safe, because you don't know what kind of road you're gonna be running into. That, hopefully nothing falls off, nothing breaks. Those are the main things.
That's the main thing.
So whenever you do all that and you're trying to get a little one, Jasper, all kind of corralled, and then you got to get all your slide ins, and of course then you have to disconnect everything, and then you have to say goodbye to people. Leaving at the time that you want to it's rarely happens. I mean, I know people that are like, hey, we're leaving at 11 because checkout is at noon or 1, and then they don't leave till like 2. Really? So I mean, things happen. We do our best to plan that we always leave before the main checkout, and we'll get way more into this in some of the other videos whenever we actually leave. The one we're going to now, to our second destination. We'll talk about the whole how we plan the next stop, what we're going to be going through, what time we plan on leaving, and we just like giving ourselves some time, because if we see something on the side of the road, or we want to stop and we want to check something out, we want to make sure that we have plenty of time for that, and we talk about that a lot in our podcast. So if you want more information as far as stops and just rest areas and taking your time on vacation, go listen to those. And it's just something that we've always done and we like doing. So that's kind of what we did today. You know, our check-in is I think it's at 1 today. I'm not 100% sure. I think it's at 1. We didn't leave exactly whenever we will get there at 1, which is a good thing. We'll let people kind of get out and do their thing, and then, you know, we won't have to mess with the crowd that is getting there exactly at check-in time. So there's a whole strategy for what we do. We'll let you know more of that strategy a little bit later. But you excited?
I am.
I'm excited.
In case you're wondering, Mom is behind us in my car.
Oh, yeah, so no one, yeah, it's just us guys. This is going to be the main breakdown setup crew. So Ariel, Misty, and Jasper are all in the the follow-up vehicle, and that just allows them to kind of do whatever they need to do.
Mom plans on taking a different route at some point just to let Jasper get out and have some fun. It's pretty shorter, I think, but with all their stops, it might be around the same time we get there.
Yeah, we have a 4-hour drive, pretty much nonstop. Misty and them have a 3.5-hour drive, but they're going to stop probably several times to let Jasper out, bathrooms, whatever else they want. So that just allows us to not have to stop, especially whenever you're pulling an RV. If you've never pulled one before and you don't know, it's difficult to get in and out of places.
Yes.
Unless it's a truck stop, a Buc-ee's, a rest plaza, something that has a large parking lot, it's extremely hard to get in and out. So most of your convenience stores are not going to work. They are going to be a pain. So good thing with the Darth Hall that we don't have to worry about is we have the gas tank. So I got a gas tank that 90 plus gallons, including my 32 on the truck. We'll never have to stop with the RV on a travel day to get fuel.
That's actually really nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. I can always go beforehand, and either get fuel, or if I do want to stop, I will plan that out so that we're stopping at, you know, a truck stop, Flying J's, Pilot, something like that, getting fuel. So they're big enough to handle the truck and RV. They handle 18-wheelers that are way bigger than me anyways. So those are the ones that we'll be stopping at during our travels. If not, I'll make sure I fuel up the day before we even hook up. That way we don't have to stop. Unless we need to go to the bathroom or something like that, then we have to be very strategic as far as where we stop. Because it's not, hey, the next convenience store. That doesn't happen.
Nope.
Now for the follow vehicle, they can do whatever they want. I mean, it's small enough they can go park anywhere they want to. And if the screen is a little shaky, I got a new system in the truck. That's how we're recording right now, where I can keep my eyes on the road and I have hands free. And that way Justin doesn't have to hold it either. But we are working on it. We're hopefully coming up with something where it's not as shaky. The Darth Hall is not the most smoothest rides, especially whenever you're pulling an RV. So please excuse us for that.
Off from Jeremy. We reached a part where now we're going 2 different ways. We have the same arrival time actually, but we actually talked about this a little bit in one of our podcasts here recently. I think it's the one about toll roads, but I prefer going on smaller highways and farm market roads as much as possible. It enables me to go through small towns and have a lot of places that I can pull over really quick, really easy with Jasper and Ariel if I need to, for diaper changes, for whatever the issue is, potty breaks, snacks, just whatever. It's so much easier than if we're on an interstate. And I can go 70, 75, do the speed limit, not to be as many towns and as many stops, so that he's not having to slow down. So with him not stopping and going a quicker way, and me stopping and going a slower way, but being able to drive faster, we actually will still get there around the same time. So that's a funny little thing that we're doing. Most of the time we probably will split off every time we travel somewhere at some point. But yeah, so that's what we're doing. We just split off from the guys. We just split off from the guys, and we are cruising now. We get to go fast now.
This has been, goodness gracious, 8 years of dreaming. Can you imagine that? I mean, I know a lot of people. I've talked to a lot of people, a lot of friends, a lot of family members, a lot of co-workers that they had opportunities or they knew about doing what we're doing, even back in the 1990s. So even back in the day, whenever, you know, RV transport's been around forever. It's all, I mean, it is what it is. But they thought about it, or they wish that we were doing, you know, that they would have done this. So they're super excited for us as far as just being courageous enough to take this jump. We'll see where it takes us. I mean, that's all there is to it. I mean, life is always going to be ups and downs, mountains and valleys, and I can go into a whole, you know, preaching, teaching seminar about all that kind of stuff. I might do it at a later video. But, you know, just, and it's not for everyone. I mean,
there are ups and downs.
Absolutely. There's pros and cons. I mean, there's all sorts of different things that you know, we're taking into consideration, and some things that we haven't even thought about yet that, you know, is going to come up. So it's still one of those processes where we're still going to learn. We're still going to try to give y'all as much information and details as possible. Man, this camera is shaky. But we're going into town right now, so just give us a second as we try to traverse this. All right, been on the road for a little bit. We're actually not that far away. About another hour and a half will be fine. On a highway, not the interstates. We already did the interstate part. Now we're on the highway part. Having a lot of slowdowns, stop, going through small towns, and now we're at a railroad track, so that's why we're stopped and just kind of doing our own thing.
I think the train just ended.
So we'll continue moving on. But so far, so good. How do you like it? I mean, we haven't had to stop yet, so.
I've actually quite enjoyed it.
Not having to stop?
Well, just the ride in general.
Yeah. Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes you need that little break. It's starting to get up on lunchtime, so I know that we'll definitely be looking for some place. We're supposed to get there and move on, or supposed to get there, set up, and then have lunch. I think that's what Mom's plan is, but I guess we need to check in on them, find out where they are.
Maybe, but we could just not.
Yeah, we could not, so. We're having a nice little guy day, listening to our own type of music, sharing stories back and forth. So it's been really good. Wow. Sorry about that.
That's a bad train track.
Bad train tracks. So, still working on the whole camera system. We got it where it's not as bouncy as it was before, but it's still going to be bouncy unless I can just spend the $400 or $500 and get one of those where it stabilizes itself.
Or
that made it really bad, didn't it? Yeah.
Or sharp it to a chicken. 1 to 2.
Yeah, 1 to 2. So we'll work on it, but beautiful scenery so far. We haven't ran anything that's too awfully ugly, which is really good because I know there's some ugly stuff that's out there. So.
They've been somewhat smooth sailings. There's a few times where you feel like a bobblehead, but other than that.
Even the highways haven't been too bad. I haven't ran into like a really bad spot yet.
Yeah.
So. All right. Well, how many times the girls have stopped?
I don't know. Maybe we should check on them.
You have to, because I'm driving. So.
Oh, okay. I'll give them a call.
Okay.
So we made it to our stop and we're all checked in. It only took us like 5 minutes to check in.
Yeah.
It was a really quick process. We're at our first 1,000 trails
and it's really nice, and we're very excited, and we cannot wait to show you guys around. I think the guys are about 10 minutes out, so we're just waiting on them to get here, but we've already got everything we need, so once the guys get here we can just take them to the spot and go set up. Yay! And then we're here for 3 weeks, and they have a lot of activities going on while we're here, so I'm excited about that. I just can't wait. I'm really excited.
We got a little dilemma. A snake went inside of our slide out. We saw it as we were pulling the slides out and setting up. So we're trying to find the snake so it doesn't go inside of the RV. So Jeremy is deathly afraid of snakes. No clue what kind of snake it is yet. What an interesting first setup.
I don't think any of us knew this could happen.
Yeah, as long as it doesn't get in the RV. I'm afraid he's gonna throw it on me. So we got all settled in. We are completely hooked up and ready to go for the next 3 weeks into our spot. It wasn't too bad except for the snake that we could not find. It's still somewhere inside of the flap of our like our RV seal on the outside. We don't think it can get inside. Jeremy is really afraid of snakes. We don't know what kind it is. We just saw the back end of it. But we're hoping it doesn't get in the RV over the next few days and that we're fine. We're just going to ignore it. But we are going to spend the rest of the afternoon going into town. There's a few things we want to go look at. I think we're like 15 miles from the nearest town. And we have to get groceries. That's like #1 priority because there's no food in the house.
We got a little bit left.
There's like leftovers and a bag of chips. I have been putting off grocery shopping for like a week now because I was waiting until we got to our spot, and now I definitely it's past due. We need some food in the house. So that's what we're going to be doing this afternoon, and then I need to stop by the post office and drop off some postcards in the mail for all of our Gold Tier Patreon subscribers. It'll be the first time that we are putting them in the mail while being full-timers, so that's exciting. So just know